The biggest problem that I see, been through this a bunch of times, where people try to take a cloud only service and then somehow make it so that you can run it on premise. And it's always a nightmare because people build cloud services using underlying cloud services. Oh, I'm going to use S3. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this, and they're using proprietary lower level cloud services that are offered. And then now you have to rip that out and replace it with something that can also run on premise. And so, are you building it with an eye towards the fact that you might want to release an on-premise version, so you're not using cloud services under the covers?
The answer is both. Like it's definitely going to not be easy to convert it because we are absolutely building it, based on a lot of those underlying solutions, right? Like we're using object storage and sort of like all the native cloud features that you would use. But every time we sort of hit this decision point of, okay, here's the storage service or here's this, let's make sure we have some kind of abstraction layer there so that we can swap that out in the future. I'm sure it's still going to be a lot of work, which is why we're not releasing it simultaneously. But we know, like, we want to be the company that when a big company asks us, can I run this on-prem? Eventually we want to say yes. I think I've spent so much of my career trying to convince companies, like so much energy has been spent saying like, no, don't run it self-managed, go on our cloud, do this or do that. And like what I've realized over time is that companies are just going to follow this pendulum. At least this is what I'm convinced of, that it's not that everyone's going to move to managed services or everyone's going to move to self-manage. It seems like every company goes through this thing of like, okay, you know what? We're spending way too much time on managing our own infrastructure. So we're going to move everything to the cloud. And they goes to the cloud and they go, look at this cloud bill. Wait, we're paying for this. We could just do that ourselves. Okay, we're going to bring these 5 services in-house. And then like, you never know what new CTO is going to come in, who's going to have some new perspective. And so I don't want to tell companies what to do there. I want to get to the point where I can say, where are you on your tech journey? Okay, well, yes, we can plug in there, rather than saying like, no, you have to bend over backwards to enable this cloud solution. That's the only way it can run.